I'm so excited to be doing that, and you know, I give this up to my family, the family that I tried to run away from and never look back. Sometimes those stories, they're gonna get you in the end, and you have to tell them no matter what. And so I give this up to my Lolo and to the uncles in the farmhouse. And I know my family loves them deeply, and I do. This is for them as well. I want to thank some of our partners that were so much a part of creating these 3 days. There was Pinoy Pinay Educational Partnership. Some of you are here. They are going to do, they're going to launch the teacher's guide that they created, which is absolutely beautiful. They're doing a demonstration later today at JFK High School. They're going to show everybody what they've created over the last year based on the book, so that we can teach and do professional development for our learning communities so they know how to teach this book. And then we need to teach our teachers and our educators as well, because many of them have never heard this story. So thank you to them. Many thanks to Bakersfield College, Papa Lowdown Agency. Thank you so much. She's been, Paloma, who's here, she's been here, and her team. They've been teaching us. We don't know how to access the media. I mean, many of us may do, but Paloma, she really knows how to target and reach out there, so I want to thank her and thank her team. Also, to Fonz Delano, you guys have been welcoming and so supportive. You guys make us feel like we're family. Thank you. I feel like I'm family here, and I've known you guys for a long time, and you know, I'd be talking to these guys until midnight, and we'd be on meetings, and you know, it wasn't so bad. It was fun. So thank you. It was great. I mean, really feel like family, and I just can't thank you, and I'm so appreciative. And I want to make a thanks to Delano Joint Union High School District. Thank you so much for partnering with us. And also the Bulasan Center for Filipino Studies. Jason Darmancho is here, and they're over at UC Davis, and they are out there doing research and writing papers, and right there in Sacramento. And also to Fonz National, the Filipino American National Historical Society. They're out there. Judy, she spoke a little bit earlier, so they're one of our major partners, especially on the National Book Tour. Little Manila Rising from Stockton. They carry the heart and soul of the Stockton community, and I'm so grateful that I get to text Dylan and ask him questions and talk with him deeply about where the Filipino American soul is headed, and where are we today and where do we need to be tomorrow. The California Endowment, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Evangeline is here. Thank you, Evangeline. In all my years of being an activist and student activist and being an artist, it's been really rough. People don't usually say that they're going to help you pay for food and books and everything. And the California Endowment came in, and honestly, we're so grateful, and they were so generous and so giving, so that we were able to host this, and they can host this all the 3 days. So we got to give it up to California Endowment. Pick up a poster, pick up a t-shirt, pick up a book, and find Evangeline. Look up the California Endowment online. Also, the Delano Union School District, thank you so much. The superintendent is also here, so thank you. The Itliong family and representatives from Delano Union School District were on Telemundo yesterday, so the link's coming soon, spreading the word. And Filipino community, Delano, California. So this couldn't have been done without everybody really working together, and this really, you guys have set the stage for the rest of the country. It's gonna be hard to beat, but we're going to try to replicate this as we move across the country telling your story. So thank you so much.
Wow, how do I follow that? Thank you. You know, first of all, you know, I have something planned for this, and I kind of did, but you know, in the little time that I've been here, you know, visiting the sites, going on the tour, talking to family members, you know, Larry's family members, talking to people from the community, you know, grandchildren, you know, descendants of Monos, like, it really wells up in me how fortunate and how humbled I am to be part of this project. You know, when we talk about journeys, man, this whole thing was crazy. Like in 2016, like Dawn and Gayle hit me up. They're like, "Hey, you still painting?" And I'm like, and they asked that because, you know, I'm traditionally trained as like, you know, like an illustrator, but you know, like I'm doing a lot of graphic design, working in fashion for a long time, and I was like, yeah, you know, not so much, but what do you got? And they said, hey, you know, we're writing a book, and we would love for you to illustrate it. So, you know, without question, I'm like, sure, I need to flex. I need to flex, you know, my artistic ability because I haven't done it for so long, you know, in the way that I wanted to do it, I should say. But you know, and it's about, you know, Filipino history. So, you know, double whammy. I can do something great for the community. I can work with friends, and you know, I can get, you know, my painting on. And so, you know, 2016 is when we first met, and you know, I gotta say that like I was. Many of you know Dawn, you know, outside of, you know, her family members here, many of you guys know Dawn as this, you know, this really great historian and educator, you know, well-respected academic. To me, she was just Dawn from Bindlestiff. We just hung out. She was just a homie, and the process of making this book really made me respect and really get to know her for those other qualities. Because I will have to say that in the breakneck speed at which we make this book, it would really not be possible, you know, without Dawn. You know, so let me take you on sort of the journey of like, you know, what, like the timeline of when we did this. You know, we started in 2016. We met at her office at SF State. You know, talked about doing a, you know, crowdfunding campaign. You know, got that together by the end of the year. And you know, in 2017 when we actually launched the campaign, which was, you know, I was also a part of. I wasn't doing any sketches. It was all about, we got to get this book out. We have to get the word out. I didn't actually start illustrating, you know, the book until maybe late 2017, early 2018. And you know, Gayle can attest to this. Like people who gave to the campaign, like, hey, where's the book? And like, there's a picture of it. Like, where's my book? And like, well, we're still kind of making it, you know. And you know, through and I mention this because the journey of the book, for me at least, was, you know, it happened so quickly in the creation of it. And throughout that time, you know, I was thinking that like, oh man, is this gonna be good enough? You know, like the information in here is so dense. The information in here is so important. Is this gonna be good enough? And I will admittedly say that like so much of it was like, how is this going to reflect on me? I think these sketches are horrible, you know. And the only reason why I mention that is to bring it back to the journey. These stories and the story that I help, you know, depict, it's so much bigger than myself. It's so much bigger than, you know, even the book that we have, you know, that we created. This needed to happen in the timeline that it did, or else someone else would have done it. You know, in the creation of the book, we're coming to the last days of the book, and I remember the last day we were in contact with Dawn, and she was on vacation with her family, and you know, one of the last things we were all texting each other were, hey, we're about to send this into to the publisher. If you have anything to put, you know, like let's say it right now, and you know, I remember texting like, hey, you know, we're about to go to the beach, and I think it's all good. You know, we're gonna get together after this. You know, and so it was on that day that she had transitioned, and you know, I mention this because I bring it back to the fact that like this book needed to happen in the speed that it did, or else someone else would try to, you know, would try to tell it. more recently, you know, Gayle had she brought to my our attention that there is actually another book put out on Larry, and it has a lot of information that is actually wrong and maybe not accurate. And so, in this journey, in creating this book, I'm glad that this came out first. I'm glad that it's in the hands of the people that that the story is about. I'm glad that it had a chance to make it to the people that matter. That's you guys. And again, I'm really humbled by that because seeing today when we were in out by in a village, I looked at a plaque on the wall, and I had drawn a picture in the book of Tumano. I was just kind of sitting casually there, and for me to be part of that history and to be literally at ground zero is very humbling again. And so to kind of wrap up my rambling here, for anyone out there, if you're a parent with a kid, I urge you if they're into the arts or telling their stories, we need more of that. I'm very fortunate to have been in contact with some storytellers that allowed me to be part of this. If you are a kid who likes to draw or sing or dance and you want to get your stories out, it's important that we see ourselves in the arts, or no one will know our story. So I will leave you with that. Thank you, Delano, for letting me be part of this event. Thank you, Bridget Delta, for letting me be part of this project. And thank you.
While we're along the track, I talked to Ricky and Dre. You're gonna come back to. Hang on, not today. You're coming back to Delano, and there's school district employees and administrators here. We want to bring he and Ricky, whoever he is, out there because we want them to show. Do a little workshop on drawing and art and art as a kind of a role model for the growing students here. It's not just about playing basketball. It's not about singing karaoke. There's other superpowers that Filipinos have. Right? We can't all be Manny Pacquiao. Although I taught him how to box.